What's going on, traders? I'm ready to get back into the hot seat and see what we can come up with today. Another day where, surprise, surprise, banks coming in with some good earnings. Wonder what's going to happen today. You guys smash the like. Let's get it started. Like always, let us know a stock that you guys are watching today so that we can go ahead and make sure we cover it. Let's get live trading started right now.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
All right. Good morning, team. Indeed. It's always good to see you guys in the chat. And I definitely love to always come to live trading because I know it already. There's going to be some good talking in the chat. Everyone's trying to have a good day. And that's what it's all about here on this community, building forward. And we're going to keep building, team. I have a feeling there will come a day where we have thousands and thousands in here. But one thing that we'll do for sure is keep it supportive. So you guys smash that like. Let's get into this market action. I'm going to go ahead and take a look in a few moments. I'll be joined by Ryan, of course. He'll be with us in a few seconds. I'm going to get to the market that I'm looking at right now. And we'll talk a little bit about some moves that are happening, right? So right now, of course, the banks came in reporting today. So that's definitely going to be the top stocks to watch right out the gates. There's a lot making moves, so we got to keep an eye out. And I do got some positions open to talk about. I took some shots yesterday, and some are on the green, some are in the red. You know how it goes. It's not always just one way, but I'm always going to give it to you guys the straight way, right? Straight up. That's the only thing I know. Transparency. Definitely, we'll take a look. What's going on, Rockstar? How we doing out there? Yes, fresh cuts all day. Getting ready for next week. After next week, on the following week, I'll be on a cruise. Yes, I will be out in the Caribbean, baby. I'm ready for some fun in the sun. But until then, got to make some extra money for the cruise, right? Let's get after it. Let's talk about the market. There is some trades that I have on. I have ConocoPhillips. I've been talking about this one, just been riding the trend higher, right? To me, what matters now on this trade is that we don't come back into this area. And of course, I already had that trend line drawn, so I don't got to draw it. So you see how that trend line held that pullback yesterday? Now we shouldn't come below that. That's around the 106.80 area. I'm actually in at 106.73, so slightly below that. That gives me the ability today to let the position work. This is where a lot of swing traders have trouble. I feel that a lot of swing traders have trouble on what? Not necessarily, cutting losses. A lot of swing traders kind of learn how to cut losses. But what a lot of swing traders have trouble is letting the market work for them, right? And what do I mean by that is just setting the position, knowing where your rewards are, knowing where your out is, and then just letting the market do the action, right? Let it tell you what you're going to do. Are you stopping out? Or are you taking rewards? I think that's what matters most. Other plays that I have on today. DHR. Took this one yesterday, and I had a little bit of a better position on this one on kind of Wednesday, but I got out of this one on that day because I was just not feeling the market that day, and I got right back in it yesterday. I was looking for the move above this. Now I'm really going to start looking for this one to kind of push higher. And of course, with this one, I'm actually looking for a bigger move. So I'm going to actually let this try to work. I could even look for maybe 5 points, 10 points reward on this one. Just got to be careful with the risk. Like always, whenever you're looking for bigger reward, your risk is going to increase. So know exactly what you're going after is very important. Another one that I'm taking a shot in, MDT. That's a medical device one that I'm taking a shot to the upside in. So we'll see what happens there. And a surprise one, I think, is ARKK. Yes, I am long Kathy Wood, baby. Kathy, I hit you for so long. Guess what? I'm back with you. You got to be nimble. You got to be nimble, baby. Be flexible. I was enjoying going against Kathy for a little while. Now I'm going with her. And I think that that's what matters. You got to be able to be a little bit flexible. So ARKK on my watch, what are stocks that I could be looking at ARKK today? Well, Unity, of course. I'll be watching Unity today. And of course, I got another one already. I took a little piece of shop yesterday. Going to look for pullbacks to 45 and 44 to add on shop. But I took a little tiny piece yesterday, 45.93. I'm down a little bit on shop. We'll look to see if this goes higher, but I'm taking my shot. ARKK and shop. It could be after like stocks like Unity today. Roblox, names like this, Snow that's off the ground, right? Snow hasn't really been moving. Let's see if this can get above 145 today. We'll keep watch to see if some of these growth names can get the lift. Tech names pulling back a little bit. Banks doing really well right now. Bank of America, Goldman Sachs yesterday. You guys heard me talk about how I was going to go after Goldman Sachs, was able to make a good profit yesterday. I ran to the profits. I'm not going to lie. I ran to them twice. I played them both times, first time on this first move up. And then when we pulled back to VWAP, I played it again for the move right back towards the resistance and was able to take profits again, bouncing me back. Remember, yesterday I had a strike 3 type of day, but the swing trades were on Goldman Sachs on some of these, and I was able to take 2 profits during the day. So not necessarily swing trading, but that was the approach. So that's what I call it. And if I get profits in one day, can I really be mad? No, I sometimes just got to take them and run. Look who it is. Sound the alarm. Ryan Faloona is in the house. So excited to have you back, my friend. How we doing today? Oh, I don't know why. A mute button.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah, sorry. I got a lot of other stuff going on this morning, so sorry about that. Sorry I'm late. I'm actually going to make sure I wrap it up before I take any trades. So this might be a no trade day for me, but we're still going to be calling stuff off of the scanner, and we're still going to be looking for opportunities like CXAI. Did you cover that yet?
Oh, no, we can definitely get into the AI stocks. I was going to leave those for you. I covered some ARKK Kathy watch, so we'll go to you. Mitch loves Kathy, but the real question is, does ARK love Mitch? We'll find out today, team. I'll tell you one thing, though. Do you even AI? Because if you do, you might go up. Let's talk about those stocks. Big rippers in AI, and we were watching these stocks just yesterday and continuing to move today.
Yeah, so a couple of things here. So first, let's start off with the SPY, then we'll dive into the movers tool. I'm not even sure CXAI is actually an AI play.
I don't think it is.
we'll get. It does have AI in the ticker.
That's
so
all that matters,
time to go to
man.
100.
That's all that matters.
Okay, all jokes aside, let's take a look at the SPY, something a little bit more serious. Yesterday, we're still right below this trend line, right? So we traded up to the trend line, we touched it, we reversed. We're actually down a little bit here in the pre-market, almost flat on the Dow and the S&P. So we'll see where we end up going today. I am still of the camp that we are going to trade back down here. I wouldn't be surprised if we pinned around 410 or so today on the SPY. So we'll see. Other than that, nothing really going on. We did get a lot of bank earnings here this morning. We can take a look at those here in a sec. But let's first talk about CXAI, because this was on yesterday. This was just a huge move yesterday, and then again here this morning. I mean, we get one of these just silliness moves up to 69 at one point, came all the way back, and we're currently at 17. This is still kind of a clown show to me in terms of where this stock actually was. Again, if we take a look at this, workplace experience platforms, it's a SaaS product for enterprise organizations, distributing a mobile app to all employees. It includes content management, I don't think there's workplace setting, autonomous. Yeah, I mean, this is just a bunch of word salad here. I'm not even sure that this is an actual AI play. I think that this is just kind of low float nuttiness. The stock has 382,000 shares in the float. Okay, so just a micro float here. Yesterday, we traded, I think it was like 100 million shares or something like that. Stock has 382,000 in the float, just absolutely crazy. So this is going to be in play again here today. Again, just be careful if you play this, because again, these low floats, first of all, they're liable to get halted. Second of all, you can see the types of moves that they make, and it's cool when they make big up moves and you're like, wow, that could be awesome. But remember, they can also make moves down very, very quickly. You can see the move up to 70 was retraced just as quickly as it materialized. So just keep that in mind if you're going to end up playing these. The good news for where the price is here today, despite my feelings about this particular stock, is it does look like we're kind of holding this 16 level. So maybe we do curl back up and maybe we get some more fireworks here today. And if that's the case, let's mark off some of these different levels that might be in play here today. Again, this type of stuff is just a little too risky for me. This is not the type of stuff that I trade. I end up getting hurt when I trade stuff like this. But let's go ahead and put these lines on here just in case, so we don't have to do any analysis in the moment. So right here, we're currently looking at about 18.29. Let's see if we end up breaking 20. If we do, we curl back up. We could have another monster day here. VWAP at 1546, by the way. So let's take a look at some of the other names that are on the movers list here this morning. Looks like we're getting SAI. This is ticker SAI. We're up 344% on this name. So it looks like some more junk is running here. I'm actually not familiar with this stock either, but perhaps I should check that out real fast. Let's see. Don't really have much in the news here. SciTech is an energy saving mining operator that engages in the hosting of Bitcoin mining machines and its clients. Okay, so we have a Bitcoin play here. This was nothing from yesterday. Yeah. So this just looks like this is just kind of moving on volume. SAI is a miner. There you go. So nice big move here, giving us a pretty huge range here in the pre-market. So we'll see where this ends up going. And let me mark off the bottom of this little downdraft here as well. And then let's get a support line or two in here. Okay. So we'll see. This is pretty huge volume here. What are the float numbers on this one? It's just a repeat of you. This is 11.5 million in the float, so much bigger than CXAI, but still having a monster day. On average, the stock trades about 34,000 shares a day. We've already traded 9.5 million, so we've really rotated that. What's going on there? We'll see where this ends up going here today. This one looks. I would look for a pullback here right out of the open. We're pretty extended from the VWAP, so I'd actually wait for this to come back in and settle before we take any type of stab at that. PTPI, Petros Pharmaceuticals, this is up here today. I didn't see any news on this earlier. Let's see if we've got any. Nope. Looks like we have some Form 4s from Wednesday in the after hours, but nothing new otherwise. Come on, chart. There we go. So let's take a look and mark off some of these levels here. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry I didn't have this all done this morning. It's been kind of a busy morning here today. So, all right, let's see if we can actually hold this. This extended from the VWAP in the other direction. So if we do have any type of hold here, perhaps we can trade back up to the VWAP, and that might be a potential play as well. INPX, I saw this moving yesterday. This was a penny stock yesterday and is now above that dollar threshold here today. Nice big move yesterday on volume that looks to be continuing today. The big thing right now is that I really don't want this to break down from VWAP. I think if this breaks down from VWAP, it could really start trading back to the downside, which we don't want to see. I do have, obviously, this 195 line is on from the last time that we traded this. This has been on the scanner a few times. If you take a look back at the daily chart, you can see exactly where we were before. We were trading this on this other move over here. Now, this stock really beaten down. I would not expect this stock to hold its gains. I don't think we're going to get a CXAI type move on this name. So just be very careful if you do trade this. Let me go ahead and mark off the bottom here. That's right under VWAP. 118. I think if we lose 118, we're probably done. Maybe we find support at 99 cents or the intraday high of 65 cents. So we shall see. Okay, we covered all of those. MNMD, this is MindMed. This has been a favorite of the chat here. I know a lot of people have been talking about, this is a mushroom play, right? MindMed, this is like a psychedelic medicine biotech company. That's what I thought. Excuse me. So MindMed trading up here today. We were as high as 405 earlier. Let's see if we can get back there. Let me go ahead and mark that off too. All right, let's see if we can end up breaking that 405 and moving higher. Let's take a look at the 15-minute and the hourly, see if we've been around here. Perfect. Okay. Hang on one sec. Turn these things off. Okay. So let's see if we can actually get up to that 432 area. We've played around in this area before. We'll see if we end up getting up there. Next, MVLA. Let's take a look at this. Looks like we've played this here before. Looks like we're kind of breaking down here on MVLA. I'd be wary of this. And then BFRG, this is one of those AI plays from yesterday. Big thing here is want to see if we can take this area out, right? The intraday high yesterday and the pre-market high. I think if we take that out, maybe you do get some more movement. We do have that 748 level from the last time we took a look at this. Let me reset the chart there. So we'll see if this ends up getting going. And then the other one I wanted to check in on is Tupperware, right? Because we talked about this one entering the gap. Take a look at the daily chart here and zoom in. We talked about this gap here, and it looks like Tupperware is trying to go in here. We'll see if this actually tries to trade up to 230 or so. We did have some news about them trying to get around the bankruptcy. Let me see if I can find that here real quick. Turnaround advisor Alvarez and Martha. So this yesterday, this from yesterday, trying to turn this around. Tupperware brand shares are trading higher following a report suggesting the company is working with a turnaround advisor and warned of potential bankruptcy. So we'll see if we end up getting that. The other thing is, I don't know if Mitch covered the bank stocks prior to this. We did have some bank stocks report earnings. JPM was one of those. Let's take a look and see where JPM was. All right, nice big move up here in JPM. This report looked good. I actually haven't had a chance to go through it yet, but market certainly rewarding that. Conference call currently going on. JPM, this might be a decent move to play with calls. Oh, and speaking of calls, let's just talk about how frustrating Cat was yesterday. So this is one of the reasons why you will often hear me talk about mental stops instead of hard stops. I set this one because I haven't been in the habit of swing trading recently. I'm constantly looking at other tickers, so I just set the stop order at break even so I didn't lose. And boy, oh boy, was that the wrong move. Yesterday around the open, we just got absolutely sold off, flushed me out of my position, immediately bounced, and then went green. So I'm out of that cap position. If any of you held on to that after we took it after those calls, congrats. I definitely got rooked on this one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But I mean, you stay with your plan, right? And I think that one thing that we need to always look back upon our trading is always about, was it a planned approach? And that's what matters more. What matters more is the process, not the results, team.
I see a number of people saying that TD Ameritrade is down. Is the order execution down? Is that what it is?
I have no idea. I don't use it, so.
I mean, I use it. I haven't placed an order, but it appears as if the quoting is working. And the charts. TD Ameritrade down. Yeah, I don't know. TD, thanks for reaching out. We are investigating intermittent issues with the website. Oh, it's the website, not the platform. Okay, well, there you go. That's one reason to use the Thinkorswim platform and not the website. Actual platform talk. Gotcha. Okay. Thanks a lot, folks. All right, let's go ahead and move over to the main screen here. And Mitch, I'm sorry, man. I have got to get back to Slack here real quick. I'm going to turn this over to your screen real quick.
You go for it. I'll be already ready and ready to trade here, team. Looking at FAS already bouncing off this kind of support. Would like it to come back right now towards the touch. I don't want it to just quickly go to 62 because it's going to be already kind of a chase for me. But it already went through the 6150 where I was looking at it, and it's already about 30 cents higher here. FAS bull 3-time leverage, of course. So be careful out there, team. If you guys are looking at this, I know I like this because of the way that the banks reacted today, but I actually think that the banks could keep moving higher. I'm looking at other names to see what happens there. They're definitely moving lower in some of them. Shop moving lower for me. We'll see what happens there. Of course, if Shop's moving lower ARKK, we'll look to see if that bounces later. ConocoPhillips doing well for me right out the gates. That one's definitely up about 2.78%. So looking good in that play. That's going to help cover if we get out on ARKK and Shop. Looking for some pullbacks here in FAS to try to get in. All right, let's see if we can get this pull back right back towards like 6140s, 35s, and then it takes off. If it just takes off from here, I'll look for pullbacks after a little while, but definitely it's getting a little bit of a lift here out the gates. Let's take a look at JPM here. You can see how that pulled back out the gates. Now is back below the VWAP. We'll see if that takes another step up. Goldman Sachs is one that I'm still looking at today in play. It could go towards 339, a little bit higher, maybe towards that 340, and then turn around. There's still some room to get a little lift. Morgan Stanley is one that I'm also keeping an eye out. I'll actually even set an alert here. But when we get through the 69 level, this doesn't look too bad. Now we should get a little bit of a pullback and a look for that pullback down here in FAS to create kind of like a double bottom look, maybe even cuts through. So I'm looking at the pullback right now. I wanted to kind of give this bearish outlook and then really quickly reverse. So what's going on out there, team? You guys definitely, CXAI definitely halted out the gates. That low float, so be careful there, team. Low float stocks can kind of move higher, but they can also trap you when you're trying to get out. That's the only thing that I'll keep in mind there with a name like this. All right, looking to see the pullback, getting pullback in the overall market a little bit there. Qs not looking too good. Those are pulling back. So definitely the tech names aren't looking that great. All right, let's see what we get in. All right, we'll see if the SPY kind of bounces back to the upside, 413.20s, DPM, banks trying to push a little bit higher here. It doesn't look too bad there. Now Morgan Stanley pulling back. That's kind of the outlook that I wanted to look for here on FAS. And now to kind of take that next step up. Here's that move into the 30s for a slight second. I saw the bid move there. So I'm keeping a close eye on this FAS right now. There's a nice little pullback level here. We haven't gotten down to that 61.25, so I got to determine if I'm looking for that complete pullback into this space or if I'm going to take it off of this kind of support move recovery, 61.45. All right, that's going higher. JPM's going higher. I'm taking my shot here in FAS on pullbacks to 65s. Let's see if I can get it here. Ooh, it already kind of pushed there towards the 80s. Missed the turnaround there. Team was a little bit slow, but it's already going higher towards 61.80s here. Looking for pullbacks to get in, but I have an order out there, but I haven't gotten filled. Gonna look to see if the banks get a little bit higher here. There's 61.90s there. Can we go through the 62s? So with that one, I could look at Morgan Stanley playing a little bit of catch up after it just did this kind of move to the downside. Now back through the VWAP. Big thing for me is Morgan Stanley hasn't partaken in the move, could get into the move today and get through the 200-day moving average. FAS already there to 62.97. No entry for me, so going to cancel the order for right now, but not what we wanted to see there. Let's go to Unity here. I wanted to keep an eye on that one today. I'm already seeing it at VWAP here. I like the outlook here. Let's take a quick trade here. Going to get an entry here in Unity. MS, Morgan Stanley giving me an alert there. So Morgan Stanley looking good too. I just took a little bit of Unity here for a little bit of a quick play here off the 39s, but I got to be quick with it. Wanted to see it kind of pop out and just get up there towards the 29.70s here. Get moving. All right, catching up with the chat. What's up out there? Netflix with a 4-point drop there at the bell. Look to see if ARKK can go higher too. That's actually getting a nice little bounce there. Could add to my swing trade as I'm at 39.05, but I'm leaving that just to play out. Unity, we'll see if this can go higher. Get the nice little push. Missed that FAS. It's pulling back a little bit on FAS, but not anywhere where I want to get in. Needs to get back to like low 60s there for me to give in on FAS. Looking for this Unity kind of push higher here now into the 50s. There we go. We're looking better here in Unity. See if we can get this little push. All right, going to sell a good portion of it through like 65, 67 area as we go towards the 70s if we can get up there. There we go. Nice little push towards 29.60s. See if we can get into that 60s and push there. Now we're getting into that. Order out to sell some here, right above it. Boom. Let's go. Just got a majority out there on Unity. First sell there at the 65s. Now looking for it to keep going. Break even on the rest. Can just set the stop and look to see if it can kind of break through the highs here. Really start moving. Next stop for me, I think, is go up there towards 29.75. I think we can get through that. Then 29.90s is going to be showing up. That's where I can look for the 30 move. You can see here on the 15-minute where the next kind of resistance comes in right there towards that 30. That would be the next sell for me, and then I can look for it to keep going towards 31. But that's going to be kind of more turning it into the swing trade. So I'm going to take some out at 30s, leave a little piece for like a swing. We'll see what happens here in Unity on the day. That makes me feel good about ARKK as ARKK pushes a little bit higher. Will we get reversals? SPY to the upside here to 414s. FAS, ooh, that one still looks good here. It is tempting there. We'll see if I get the pullback levels towards 6150s and 6140s. TSEM giving me an alert here. Tower Semiconductor. Been looking at this one, team, as it's a really nice daily chart. Not a name that many heard of, but when I see trends, man. And this looks like a really strong trend on the weekly. Daily, really strong, man. It's almost too strong. I can only maybe day trade this versus swing trade. But, man, is this one a nice little stock that's been pushing higher? Lower volume, though, of course. It's a lower name. Not many people have heard of this one, but nice little move there. SLAB now giving me an alert, too. I've been trying to keep an eye on semiconductor names. So this shows me the technology looking strong. Look at this one. This one looks interesting for a swing for me on this one. So I'm going to take a little bit of a shot on this. Just kind of small sizing. Let me see. The spread's a little wide here. So let me see if I can get in on pullbacks. That's where we got to be a little bit careful on this. You see how low volume? The ask is all the way up there to 171.11, offer to 170.14. So I could look for maybe 170.50s in the middle of it. But Unity not looking too bad there. Got to 75s. Can you get up there towards the 29.90s? That 30 spot. We can look to sell a little bit more. Trying to push a team, trying to catch up with you guys in the chat too. Tesla being called out in the chat. Let's take a look there. Tesla is pulling back here to the VWAP. I kind of like it, team. Let me take a look at it. All right. Does look good here. I just missed that pullback there. I'm waiting right now for it. Let's take a look at some other names. How are Google doing? How's Apple doing? Bouncing back here out the open. Microsoft put in a big candle. Let's see if it does break ever on the day. Anytime through this kind of 286.70s. But if we can hold this kind of action, we don't look too bad. How's the Qs? Qs pushing higher. Soxel pushing higher. Now pulling back here. Doesn't look too bad on Soxel to risk off the kind of the 70 spot here. off the 80s, but you got to be real quick. 10-cent risk here for a 20-cent gain maybe. And there you go, already to 83s, 84s. Let's see, didn't get, there it is. There's the 84s. It was real quick. You see how quick these trades happen. I didn't even take this one, but you could see it was right there at like 78, 79. You risk off of 70. You look for a 20-cent outlook. Like always, you guys choose your trades. But what I'm kind of more along going is the process approach of how you can attack a trade like this.
All right, Mitch, I'm back. I'm really sorry about that, my man, but I should be all right now.
You're good, bro. I'm dealing with a nice trade on Unity. I missed the FAS trade, but this has pulled back all the way to the support here. So I could come after it now if I thought that the banks were going to get that nice uplift. Let's take a look at JPM. JPM still higher. That looks good there for me. How's Goldman Sachs? Goldman Sachs is pulling back. Now that's a little bit concerned. Let's see if this can come back to the VWAP, and then we can try to maybe take FAS. Right now, if you take it, you'll have to risk off this bottom area, which is pretty close. So it's all up to you guys if you guys like it here. I've been looking for this pullback in this area, but right now that's a hard turnaround there. The big thing for me is I just don't want to see the banks reverse today. I want to see them actually go higher, and the SPY just continue to push higher. I wanted to shake all the bears. I'm at this point, team, that I'm really seeing the 420 in reach, and I'm thinking, hey, all bearish theme for me needs to go out the window, especially as we get towards that 420.
That 420 could very well be where it stops. Actually, one of our technicians from the happy hour has that as the target end of this rally, Mitch. So it seems spot on. By the way, CXAI here bouncing off of the VWAP. Came all the way back into that VWAP and bouncing off this. I know this was halted already. Still super thin, still super volatile and all over the place. I don't recommend this to anybody, but I know that this is one of the stocks of the day here. So we will keep checking on it. SAI had a nice VWAP bounce off of right after the open here as well. MRAI pushing up off the VWAP. Now is MARPI. No, this is not an AI stock. Health plan company, not even close. Scanner a bit dried up here with the exception of a couple of plays. ON, nice move out of the gate here. I know this has been a favorite. See if ON can make a move towards 32 and then 33 and a quarter. Be the next two levels here. In fact, I'm going to mark those off because this is certainly not going to be the last time that we talk about ON. Okay. Here's the fast that you were looking at, Mitch.
The fast, baby.
Noggin looks like actually Noggin through 260 here might go. Get 291 as a potential next target.
Fast, right? Coming back right back up
here.
I like pullbacks if it holds 6150s now. Looking for that pullback now.
At this point, anything with AI in it is just going. Tapas, that is exactly what it looks like right now. I don't necessarily think that those are good investments or anything, but it sure looks like if AI is in your name or your press release, to the moon it is.
You get mad at it. I know I can't.
Nicola, under $1 here. Jay, how about that fraud company? How about that?
All right, long here, Tesla. Tesla looking strong, taking a shot here for the break. I have 184.41, so it hopped up on me there, definitely on the ask, but we'll see what happens on this one. Can it break through the 184.75? They do report next week. I think I could see them kind of starting to get a move on off this daily kind of bottoming. We went right back towards this kind of low. Can we get to 190 today? Who knows? Let's see if we can actually start getting a move on here. There's a push now towards 184.70s here.
Wally asking Ryan, what type of stock is SP? Is it a bank stock? No, it's not. SP Plus Corporation provides parking management, ground transportation, and other ancillary services to commercial, institutional, and municipal clients in urban markets and airports across the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. It is most certainly not a bank stock. Ticker SP.
All right, there you go. Tesla now towards 185s. There we go. 185s just got bought up a little bit here. Not looking too bad. See, this could really get moving or not. Could pull back right towards my level here on the 9 EMA, so I'm watching it. See if it can hold the 9 EMA. You see how it kind of went up through the 9 EMA and then started holding 9 EMA? So I'm going to be looking at this light blue line to see if it can keep holding that trend. Now 185 15s. Take a little profit here as we start breaking through the 185 25s. Almost a point of profit there.
SAI curling up off the VWAP here. We might have, if you're in from the VWAP here, awesome. You're already up $1. Might have another trade as we pop above 695.7 area as well. SAI showing some strength, also showing a little bit of the expanding volume here. Let's see if that continues to expand. That would be a great trigger for us to actually trade this here. No position here on SAI for me.
Really nice move here in Unity, team. Going to sell another little portion
Nice job,
here.
Mitch.
Nice little trade here. Bomb. There we go. Just got a little piece now. I'm going to leave the rest for a swing, stop, break even. So Unity 29.39 for me. That'll stop me out, break even, or I'll give a nice swing trade. Let's see what happens now. I made enough profit on the day trade, can let it work now. And one thing to mention with my swing trading action, everything into the green here. ARKK pushing higher, COP pushing higher. That one looks good tonight, catching a little lift here. We'll see what happens. ARKK, nice little lift. Shop even into the green now. So there we go. Good little push here. SPY pushing higher, Qs pushing higher. It looks to me like we are shaking. We are shaking and baking because what was keeping people on the sideline? Bank concerns. Banks are going higher. Why stay on the sideline now? We'll find out, right? Goldman Sachs going higher. FAS, probably a nice move. Ooh, it is a nice move. It is going higher here. I'm going to look for pullbacks to the VWAP right now. 6190s or below 62s here for pullback. But FAS, that was a nice little move down here. I just couldn't buy it. It was scary down there. But look at that reversal right back to the upside. And what does it do? It double bottoms. Look at it on the 5-minute here. Double bottom. Almost like a triple bottom on that outlook. And now you're getting a nice bullish engulfing candle. This shows momentum starting up. So I'm looking for pullbacks to 6190s, maybe jump into the party. But JPM pushing higher there, 138.41s. Goldman Sachs pushing higher. Almost, I think this one has resistance around the 340s, but that's not a bad move to go after right now. It's at 339.18. It's already kind of lifted, but good move here in Goldman Sachs.
Indeed. And Boeing, Ryan, you were talking about Boeing here. My man, bad news with the Boeing group, 737 supply issues, halting deliveries. So yeah, we are down here. Boeing's still in that range though. Really, I don't think that they're the next move here until we actually break out of this range between 193 and 220.
Ooh,
that's
Tesla.
The bottom side of this sideways move. So I don't think we're in any danger just yet. We break down through that 193, look out. But until then, I think we're all right. We're still just range bound here. What do you got, Mitch? You got everything
Tesla,
here. So I'm glad one of us is having a good week.
Tesla, hit that register, baby. Man. Let's go. I'm so busy. I don't even want to hit my stream deck. That's how you know I got you. I'm working it right now, man. Let's go.
I got you.
If I had sleeves, they would roll up right now. Let's go. Let's get it going, man. There's not often where I've had like 7 positions on anymore in this market, and I'm feeling good about having 7 positions right now. Remember how I talk about sometimes there's gas pedal, brake pedal? For me right now, that's power shifting into second. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it, team. Unity and Tesla still the day trades, but Unity turned into a swing. We sold some at 30 there. Like I saw resistance right there. I kind of expected it to kind of take a little bit of a pause here. It's okay. It could pull back now. I wanted to see if it can continue going to 31. And remember, we played this just recently. We played it from 30.05 up there into the 32. It was a 10% day that day. I'm just playing it again. Sell the rip, buy the dip, baby. My man Dennis Dick, where you at? Where you at? I hope Dennis is listening out there right now. He's probably cracking up. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Do you think the cruise lines can make a move up? Oil being expensive is going to suck for them, but who knows? Maybe this summer they do really well. I'll tell you one thing, I'm going on a cruise, so who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe
you'll have to let us know how that is.
look,
Where are you
this
cruising
setup
to?
actually looks good. This setup on RCL, just because someone was asking about it, right? Like, I'll give it I like the setup, but like you make your own decision there. At least you can know your risk on this. I always want to know where my risk is, right? Look at this weekly setup. Look how it's just clear as day. Right underneath it, 60. That's your risk right now, right? I mean, you got to understand where this is going. This isn't a sideways consolidation, so you got to take your shot. But overall, I think it's kind of holding trend, right? And so this is what I would look at. Hold trend, pull back into the trend. Can it go back to like 75? We'll see.
Mitch, where are you going and what company are you using? If you don't mind me asking.
Right here. RCL, and I'm going to Honduras and 2 Mexico spots.
Okay, that's going to be sick. You'll have to let us know how that is and how everything was. Jay saying, JPM, don't see that often, almost a 3 standard deviation move. You got that right. So some good earnings here, as Mitch was already talking about. Trading back up into the sideways consolidation area that we were in between January and March of this year. We really didn't break out of this fairly tight range here. Top end of this range is 144.50. Bottom end of this range is about 138. So we'll see where we end up finishing here today. If we finish in this area, I like that. We finish in this purple sideways trading area. If we trade sideways for a little bit longer, I like then for the next move to be up on JPM. Let's see where we finish here today. Jay, were you playing JPM? I can't remember. I know we talked about it, but I can't remember if you were actually long this one.
All I know is Beach Bum knows where I'm going. Of course Beach Bum would know.
I mean, Beach Bum is in his name. He probably knows the good beach spots. That would be my guess.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. Eyes on the road. Eyes on the road.
One more thing really quick, courtesy of our news desker, Zoltan. We talk a lot about some of these AI names, and we talk a lot about some of them being junk and popping and some of them being good and all of that. Here's a stock that I actually think is a good a quality company. It's not just a junk company. Tigger Inod, they use AI to monitor social media sites. And so I've traded this in the past. I actually made money off of this, kind of a little trade, but still pretty decent. This was a swing trade for me for a while. This looks pretty good. And this company looks pretty good. And realistically, if we can break out from this area, maybe let's just call it $9, right? Let's just call this area $9. I think we could challenge the highs here at 11.25. I think eventually this company goes higher here. So for a longer term AI play, I like Inod. Currently have no position in it, but definitely looking to add back on this one. CXAI, I heard someone say earlier, it looks like it's losing the gas. Yep, that's one of the things that you run the risk of. We're right here at the VWAP. It's not halted. It's still moving around here, but this does look like this is going lower here. This move was short-lived. Hopefully anyone that played this ended up taking your gains.
All right, one that I talked about early on in the day, I was going to look at Snow. Snow did a nice red to green move, so I'm keeping an eye on that. Nice little reversal on the hourly. There's some support here where it gapped last time. So right underneath it, 140 seems like the support for me. I'm looking for pullbacks anywhere near kind of like 140.50 right now, but doesn't look too bad for me. Snow.
BFRG. This is an AI play. I don't know the quality of this one, but we busted through 681. We're kind of consolidating here in no man's land. Next level I have here is going to be 748. We popped 748. Let me go ahead and mark the top of this candle off. That was 953. So Bullfrog strong here again today. As long as that volume keeps up, we may have trading opportunities here. Let's see if it pops through that 748. Lots of strength here in Bullfrog.
I'll tell you right now, when I'm looking at Bullfrog, I'm looking for a 690, 92, 90, 93 pullback right now to jump in the party.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything really around 7 that lines up with the pre-market highs and where it stopped on the downside on this leg up, Mitch. So I'm with you on that. I think that's a great spot right there.
Yeah, I needed to pull back into that
Yep.
space because going up here at the 720s, when it pulls back to that 680s, you usually get stopped out. At least I would with the sizing that I'd attack this with. So there's not many times that I'd attack this, but I'm feeling in the zone right now. So I'm focusing on it right quick. I'll put the order out there for the pullback entry. If it pulls back and fills me, I could risk off the 670 VWAP versus risking off the 690 or 685, where I can see people going in it right now. Of course, it could just take off. A lot of people are looking for anything AI to jump on right now. So we'll see the action, right? You should see some filling in right now. Maybe there's a wall at that 720 because it seems like there's a lot of filling in right there at the 720s. What do you see on this? Where's the Crow Dragon?
Crow, I believe, is watching BBAI. If we put that up here, you can say BBAI actually having a pretty decent morning here for tradable purposes, right? We ripped through the VWAP on extreme volume. This is always something that we're looking for as a trigger. We kind of stopped around this 325 area, pulled back to VWAP, nice and crispy pullback right to the VWAP line. And now we've pushed away and we've taken out the 341 level. This was an older level too. This was one from the last time that we were trading BBAI. This almost lines up. Yeah, this goes all the way back to the beginning of March. And if you recall, on the beginning of April, we almost tried to challenge that 341 line. Didn't quite get there. Well, we did get there here today. So BBAI, good volume, good strength. I think that's where the Crow's at. I think that's where the Crow flies.
That's where the Crow flies, man. That's where the shadow shows. All right.
Noggin really struggling to get above that 250. JPM looks like that going for the next leg up here. We talked about that. If we take a look here, a little bit of a pullback as we reach the bottom end of that rectangle, that sideways area on the daily chart. Little bit of a pullback, but the strength taking us right back in there. I think inevitably we close here in this purple area. What I'd really like to see again is some more sideways trading there, and then the next leg up here on JPM. I think that would probably be good for the banks in general.
What I want to see is some more likes, baby. Come on, team. I know you guys are enjoying the action today. Smash up those likes. Let's see if we can hit a new record on likes. Can we hit, you know what? I'm going to set the 400 record. I don't think we've broken 400 on this show. And there's a lot of you guys out there watching. Are you guys enjoying the action today? Let me know by a simple like whenever you get a chance. You don't got to do it right now if you're in the action. But just whenever you get a chance, let me know what you think of today. And definitely NTG, I'm glad somebody got that FAS. Of course, it's always up to you to make your investment decisions, but that's what it's all about. If you guys liked it, you were able to nail that, hey, not a bad move there. And FAS higher there. Banks going higher today. Goldman Sachs, man, that's my indicator for the banks, man. It worked again, Ryan. Look for Goldman Sachs to move into the earnings. They love to ride Goldman Sachs into that earnings.
Goldman Sachs is I've played Goldman Sachs a number of times with options. Great vehicle to play, especially if you have any type of read on it. BZB trading, DPST long on big banks. So just to be clear about this trade plan, DPST is the direction regional banks bull ETF, right? So it's the 3x levered bull ETF. So BZB, your thesis here is that because of the strength in the bigger banks, maybe that strength bleeds down into the regional banks, and you're going to try to play that here with a basket as opposed to playing an individual name. I like that. And I do like that you went to the leveraged one. If you get that move correctly, you'll be rewarded for that. Just like to hear what your plan is. You said 10 a.m. watch stop. So I would like to hear what your plan is with this in terms of targets and stops for the rest of the group. But I do like this play as a potential sympathy play.
All right. Let's see what else is making moves out there.
CXAI really breaking down here. Going to be halted to the downside here if this holds. 1432. See if it halts. Halted.
BFRG pulling back now. I'm going to look for this pullback to see if I can get it in that one.
SOUN, the opposite of that, Mitch. We're trading up here on SOUN. We actually did break yesterday's intraday high. We're doing it again here. This looks like this is going to test 3 here. Interesting divergence there in BFRG and SOUN. Those are both kind of smaller AI names.
Looking for that pullback in BFRG. Looking for like kind of like a cup and handle pattern. So you can see here the cup. And now we're going to look for the handle. So the pullback and then the real launch. So pattern breakdown today and ahead of time, like majority, they cover this afterwards. It's like that. Well, this is what I'm seeing, team. I'm not guaranteeing anything. Like always, this is my money. You guys always play your money how you guys want. This is one of those days. Woo! Gotta throw that disclaimer on a day like today. Let's get it.
I love Mitch, your Friday energy right now is extremely contagious. I absolutely love it.
It's my wife's birthday. I'm ready to have a great weekend.
Happy birthday to Mrs. Mitch.
Yes, Mrs. Money Mitch is birthday. You guys give a shout out to her. She always messes around. She's like, yeah, I'm Mrs. Money Mitch.
I like it. I like it.
Let's go. Let's get that pullback. All right. Just got a little bit of an entry there on that pullback right there. Looking for a little bit more now. Just took a little bit more on that. Let's see if we get a little bit closer towards the VWAP. Here's the 80s starting to hit a little bit. Going to look for the 80 pullback here to add a little bit more. 76 added a little bit there. Now got to hold here and see if we can get this to a little bit higher here. Risk is going to be off of right around here, the 63s. Average is towards 87 here. Let's see if we can get this back into the 7s. Hold the pattern, cup and handle. Let's see what happens.
BFRG big knife there.
Dun, 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 dun. Focusing in, team. All right, BFRG. What are we going to get? Let's go to the 3-chart outlook. I got to keep my eye on the market also. Qs overall looking still good here. Keeping it on the 5-minute outlook.
You penny players out there, what is this MCLD that is just rocketing? Do we have news on this? MCLD? Form 6s. Yeah, not really. This looks like maybe just a room pump or something. Up almost 100% here, 68 cents. MCLD, M Cloud Technologies. 22 million share float. Sorry, Mitch. I keep talking over
you. You're good, dude. You're good, bro. It's me talking over you, man. No worries. You go ahead. I'm focusing on BFRG, so you got this, bro. Hold it down.
Let's see if SAI can bounce from here. BBLT for you penny players. This might pop and go.
All right, now we're back towards VWAP on BFRG. Let's see if we can get a 7 move. And then from that point, we want to hold on. I'm going to hold off of the VWAP. Really don't want to see 75s cut down after that. And then I'm looking for the move back through 725s. And then really what I want to see is once we get through that 725, I want to see fast action to 750. That's where I think really the motor would get going. And why? Because it starts getting to like kind of those whole dollar and half dollar approach where a lot of people look at that, right? So as we go through 7, then 750 gives you 8. That's what I'll be looking for. Like always, we'll see what happens here, team. Let's go, baby.
MRAI, let's see if we bounce off the VWAP here.
Oh, I love the love out there in the chat. Appreciate you guys.
Let her know she's got fans too now.
Yeah, we're going to go do a little custom candle action today. Custom candle, and I got like a weekend planned pretty much.
Sweet. Good for you, man.
Yeah, man. Let's do this. All right. Tesla's still up there to the 85s. Got up there as high as 86.18s. I did sell some of it. I'm still riding that Tesla, but I'm definitely not going to let it come through my entry. My entry is actually below VWAP now on that. So I'll keep letting Tesla work. If it breaks even me out, I'll get out on it. Here's 696 for BFRG. Let's go. Can we get the break through the 7 here? All right, 697s. 698, 699, $7 showing up here on the offer. 704. All right, team, we're at 687. So as we break towards the 725, if we could get a little pop into like the teens there, I'm going to take a little bit off just to pay myself, make sure I'm paying myself as this trade goes along. You see, we're pulling back right on the 7. Let's see if we really load up and get some volume to push it. What I would be looking at myself right now, right? I'm looking to see if on the offer right now, you see on the time and sale, just a green flow through the 7. You see how it went wide there to pick up some bid action there. It picked up some of that bid action below 7, right back above 7. I actually want to see 7 kind of hold on the bid right now, and then it go through that 705. This is how I used to trade when I used to trade these kind of names. So I'm like kind of in that mentality right now, pulling out an old tool belt here of trading these kind of penny stock or smaller names.
Speaking of penny stocks, POAI moving here, just moved through the VWAP. Nice little volume pop here. Good spot whissing on this one, POAI. Let's see if we can actually move above. What we really need for this, we need a break above 62, and then we need to check. Let me actually mark these levels off in case we come back to this. I know some of you penny players are on this one. 62 is the next spot, 78 after that, and then 91 after that. So those are the levels that we're looking at. Let's hope we can get some movement here. POAI.
Quick pullback cues. Quick pullback on the cues, team. Be careful there. That was fast. That was fast.
Big knife.
Big knife there. Big knife. Be careful there. Always want to alert to our traders to be safe, right? Like that's what it's all about in trading, right? So like even on this one, I'm having such a good day. Today's one of those days where it's going to be kind of like save our gains, right? Like that's important today. We can't just give up gains, right? So I'm focusing on the trades right now to see what goes into the red. ARKK pulled back there and it's back towards 38.92s on a fast pullback. So I'm keeping a watch on it here because of course I'm not going to give it. I'm not going to give up much on this swing trade. It's a swing, so I can limit it, get out. I got in it yesterday, so it's not a big deal to get out it today on a pullback, especially if the Qs are going to keep knifing.
Everything turning around here with the broader market. Be careful out there right now. Be careful out there, longs.
Nimble, baby, nimble. All right, what's our bottoming action?
Yeah, it's still going, man. This is.
Yeah, it can cut down real quick, team.
Look at this SPY chart. That's like what goes up must come down.
Always.
That's staircase life, up, elevator down.
BFRG pulling back to the 690s here. I'm looking for it to hold VWAP like I talked about, right? Even if it wicks at 675, but we should see, I'm looking for bodies closing above VWAP now. My VWAP is at 681s. Looking for it to get back through 7 and take off on volume. Look how the volume dried up here. We need volume to increase on that break of 7. Let's see if this is just a quick pullback on the Qs and we actually get a pullback push off of the VWAP on the 15-minute. So I'm going to the 15-minute here to kind of look for deeper time frame pullbacks as this is a scare out. On Tesla, got out on the break even pullback there. Glad I had that set because there's no point in giving up the Tesla gains that we already have. Here's the BFRG to 712s there. Boom, baby. Let's go. I'm going to close a little bit here. Just closed a little bit at 722s. Now it's 725s. Let's go, baby. Let's get it going here. Can we get through the 725 area now? Break even on the rest, no matter what. Now on pullbacks, I got to get out. So anything really kind of getting back to my entry, I'm going to get out. That's 687, but looking for the rip now.
Real quick, Paul saying, hey, Mitch Ryan, can you look at PBR chart and see if you see a megaphone bottom? Looks good. So, so looking at the chart here does look pretty decent because it looks like we're taking out this formation. But no, I'm sorry. I don't see the megaphone bottom that you're looking for. I don't see the lower lows that would cause the broadening formation that would make up that megaphone. Sorry, man. Don't see that here. However, I do think the chart looks good, especially if we take out this area here. We're almost there, taking out 12. If we take out 12, maybe we go a little bit higher here, 1350 maybe.
Let's go, baby.
CXAI is not halted right now. It is still trading.
Next profit's going to be for me and for Bullfrog. I'm looking at like 740s into the 750s. I want to take some off right before that 750. And that's really where I could see like kind of the push going. Here's the 40s. Looking to take some out here, just close to here. 740 on the offer. Boom, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Just paid myself a little bit more. Now we're in the 744s. Can we get to the 750s here? 745, 747, 749. Let's get to that 50s and really, you see how the volume just jumped? Look how that volume just jumped here. I'll put a big screen here so you guys can see it there. Look how that volume just jumped. It dried out. Now expanding into the move. That shows me good signs here for continuation. 758s. Let's go. Let's start looking at levels where we can kind of slow down at. Next stop is 8. I can take some off at 8, and then this could really get moving here. So I'm looking to take some off at the 790s. Take a little bit more off there. Putting the order out into the 790s already. Just looking for pop fills. 770s. Let's see if this can keep moving, baby. We got up there towards 790. Just missed it when it got there. I would have taken that probably 790s, but man, this one was fast. Let's go, baby. Trying to pay for that dinner tonight. Hit that like. CXAI halted again. Oh no, it just opened. It's open to the downside.
CXAI is open. It did not halt.
Woo-hoo. Feeling the heat. Feeling the heat. Let's go. All right, how's the Qs doing now? We bounce. We bouncing. Just focusing on that because I don't want to see a wash out of this market, right? That could be a little bit of concern for especially like my swings that are doing really well. One that I'm thinking about is ConocoPhillips, right? So you can see how this turned around here, and it's been on a nice up move. So we got to be careful with pullbacks. But I just want this one to just keep grinding higher. So I just got to continue to let it work. Look for pullbacks to resistance to hold there. That's 108.44. I'm not even trying to look at BFRG now. I'm like, yo, just pop and fill me and we could keep this boat going. Let's go. There's 780s. I don't want to look. Hot flash. Woo, this is the day I needed my stream deck going, but I've been kind of so busy on the trades that I haven't been wanting to even open it up. Let's get this going here. It's one of those days, baby. See if we can keep this day going. Can we get ourselves a little bit of some bow. Let's see it. Let's see it. It's definitely a race today. Race to get that money. The Qs. Looking at the 5-minute chart now. Remember I talked about like, would this be just a deeper time frame pullback? That's why I looked at the 15-minute outlook and looking to see if we can get back above VWAP. Really not break that 15-minute low, 318.27. Would want it to get back there towards the 320s, and then it'd just be a deeper time frame pullback. And it did it fast, so you got to be careful with that move. That's just momentum down and pulling back. But to me, really, it's not weak unless it gets like 318. Remember, we just pushed up higher. So it could just be a pullback towards the VWAP. Of course, I'm kind of in that bullish tune. Take everything with a little bit of grain of salt. But the big thing for me is now looking at that 318.50. When I go to the 5, look how there's 2 bottoming actions right around that level now. So I'll look to see if that holds. It's one of those days, man. You got to battle. And when you got to battle, you got to battle, baby.
Wally's saying, Ryan, do you think XP can fill the gap? I don't know anything about this particular stock. I mean, it's breaking above into the gap. So yeah, I mean, maybe it can fill the gap up to, 1520, 1550, but I don't have any line on this. Just kind of a random stock.
Oh yeah, we going steak
Looks
tonight,
good gap-wise,
baby.
though.
Sal, you know it, baby. We going steak, baby. No chicken dinner tonight. We going steak. We going filet mignon. Little beurre blanc on the side, baby. Pinky's up tonight. Pinky's up so much, I think I forgot my orange juice. That's how much. I need to get my orange juice, man. BFRG, what you gonna do? It's got up there to the 75s multiple times here. So now I'm kind of keeping up with the 9 EMA, looking for 9 EMA pullbacks to hold. Remember, I talked about that for BFRG. Would it hold and kind of the 9 EMA pullbacks? We did that crackdown when I jumped into it. Ever since that, we've held there on pullbacks. That's pullbacks kind of like towards the 750 area right now. So that's where I want to kind of see it hold, not really break the 750s right now. Looking for it to continue leveling up. And we could look at this at the rule of 3, right? So it's a move up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3, down 3. Going to look for the 9 EMA to hold here. Get back up there through the 8s.
Jay Rice saying CXAI, this garbage has warrants. CXAIW trading at 19 should be $2. Tells you this is going lower. I'm in agreement with you there, Jay. I think that CXAI is really, really tough.
Yeah, it's
tried
how
to
it
issue
is.
a warning on it this morning.
It's just how it is sometimes, right? It's not about the fundamentals of the stock. It's about the story in this space. And that's what you got to be thinking about. And so if anything, you want to be maybe attaching yourself to the ones that actually have AI exposure, right? Like real AI. So maybe looking for names like that to be the ones that can maybe hold the longer term. If you're trading something that's not really AI, but just has AI in the name, that's where you got to be a little bit more nimble and quick towards those profits. Take what you can. Of course, these are trades that are very speculative. So just to kind of mention that, right? These are very high risk, big percentage returns, but also big percentage losses on these trades. Like you guys see me doing well on this bullfrog, but I'm telling you, there's someone else that lost on this and lost big probably. And I'd probably almost be sure about that. That's how trading goes, team. And you got to be careful, like always. That's why we always try to teach on more of a process approach than more that this is just going to get you to this success. Moderna giving me an alert here. So I just want to take a look at that. That's on the pullback after a really strong day yesterday. So that's why it's giving me an alert right now. Just keeping an eye on this pullback here towards support. So hourly pullback after a really strong day yesterday doesn't look too bad. If the market can continue through the highs, I'll take a look at Moderna a little bit later. Let's get back to this BFRG. See if this can really start making a move higher. I'm actually going to the 5-minute to kind of calm myself down, to just kind of keep watch with the price action right now and not go minute by minute. If I go minute by minute right now, the heart's beating, and I need it to slow down, baby. Slow it down. You hear that heart, baby? Got to slow it down, baby. All right, here's 775. Can we take through the 790s, get towards the 8s, really get this thing going? Can we get to like a halt on Bullfrog AI? Come on, man. All right, ARKK sliding into the red here, so keeping an eye on that Qs. You see that 318.50 break, and it was a quick move towards that 317.80s. So you can see how we kind of came right to that 318 here, just keeping an eye on it, because this is kind of the levels that we're watching here on the Qs, right? So we kind of did this little up move, pulled back, nice hour up, Don't want to see the 318s really break, especially not see this 10 a.m. 1 hour candle break, 317s. That's kind of the turnaround for tech today. We'll see what happens here. BFRG, baby. Let's go. We're up there to the 788s. Can I get to the 790s? Let's go. Looking for the 790s to take a little bit more here. I'm actually going to cancel my order here. Look for it to kind of move up and then sell into that right now. All right. We're up there towards the 85s, 89s, 88s. Oh, I'm being greedy. I'm taking the profits there at 88. Took some profits. Still got a tiny piece left here. In overall outlook, it's about like a little less than fifth of the position from, of course, 687. So not mad about that. Taking a point from this, I'll take majority off there. Pay myself well for the day, and now look to see if this can really run. And it just gets to the point where what? It's completely risk-free now, right? And it's the pressure's off. Now I can just let the trade go. And look what happened here. The rule of three, baby. It held up, held that 9 EMA, went right back through it. We just talked about it. That's the rule of three. And I think that doesn't seem like a bad little strategy. We'll call this the trade of the day. Come on, baby. Smash that like, guys. Get it up there. We're going to get to the 400 likes today. Come on, man. Who else killing it? Want to hear you guys out there. Smash up those likes. Hit the share. Let everybody know. BFRG, baby. Right here. There's 821s. Let's go. Let's go, Ryan. Woo.
ETPI was a nice move too for those that took it.
Not a bad.
And Will's
day
asking
today.
What's going on with Pixie. Will, I don't see any news here for Pixie. It looks like this is just volume pop here. I don't see any news here.
Not a bad move there. Matt killing it too. I see you, Matt. It's a party, baby, here on Benzinga, of course. You guys smash up. I want to see if you can get to the 400 likes today. Let's go. Ah, you dirty, dirty pig. Look at that move. What is going on? Who sold big there? You see the action right now? Holy moly. This is where you got to be careful.
Knife. Topped above 8, immediately pulled back.
Looking for the 750s to hold here, but if it goes to VWAP, I'll get out, team. I'm being protective. The bid dropped down there by like 30 cents. That's where you got to be careful. That's illiquidity, right? That's someone big probably selling. That was a big boy. Big boy probably selling there. And if you look at the price action, where do we cut back through? We cut back through the 8s. So I think he was looking for the momentum to go, and he was like, you know what? He probably thought he was being greedy too. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back with us.
Chicken back on the menu. Good stuff there. Yeah, it looks like just a big knife there on BFRG, although we are bouncing here, and they're bringing in a bid under it. So 770's got a bit of a bid here. Let's see if we push that back towards the 8. Didn't quite get to the VWAP on that pullback, so there might still be another one coming here, but BFRG looking pretty decent. MRAI looks like this one might be over, or at least for right now. Let's see if it actually settles and bounces. SAI hovering around that 5 line. We'll see if that can move up through the VWAP. CXAI bouncing, but again, I still think that this ends up going lower here today. We shall see.
Smoke tuna, baby.
Saying orders not getting filled on toss. I'll be honest, like I was saying, I'm backing off. I'm not making any trades here today. So I appreciate shouting that out. I have not tried to make any executions on toss. and you can't cancel them. Oh, I've been there. So I've been in this situation before. Take screenshots. Take screenshots of what you're doing so that you at least have something to stand on. If you can record your screen, that's even better.
Wow. Honestly, I think that's better outlook than I've even given today. Ryan, killer.
What?
That's a comment right there to record your screen. And
I've been there. I've literally been there where I've been trying to execute orders and they just hang there and then I end up taking a loss. And when you reach out to their support, they're going to be like, well, do you have a recording? And I'm like, no, I don't have a damn recording. What's the matter with you? So screenshots, recordings, always. If you notice that stuff's not working, get any type of evidence to sit on.
Exactly. Any type of evidence. Call them. Also, always have a phone number that you can reach out to close positions if needed.
That's a good one too.
Become friends with someone in the customer service department.
Mitch teaching you how to socially engineer your way in there. I love it, Mitch.
Yes, you give them one call and you're like, yo, dude, can I get your, is there a line that I can call, get to you directly? And then the next thing you know, you have a friend that you can hit them up, right? And be like, yo, man, I don't know what's going on with your system. And he's going to be like, yeah, it's down right now. Do you need help with any positions? That's the guy you want friends with. And also, this is a learning lesson. If you have a little bit of money, okay, yeah, you can trade with any brokerage. A lot of the times you're going to have a lot of support for you, right? But you always want to know what are the benefits and what are the limitations to your brokerage, right? What are the negatives? If the negatives is customer service and you can't get anybody on the line or you can't get answers, that's something we all need to think about. I'll just put it like that. And I try to be fully transparent about that so that all traders can get to the brokerage that helps them, right? That supports them. Here's that cut through on the downside through the 750s here. So I already have a stop on BFRG. So I'm just looking to see right now if we're going to hold this kind of 40 level and pull right back up. But it's looking like it's going to pull back and stop me out, team.
CXAI looking like it's curling back over to the downside here. SAI did a nice little move through 5 again, approaching that VWAP. We'll see if SAI can actually get to and through the VWAP. That would be the next big move here.
The crow said they keep calling me, making sure I'm happy. Got him on speed dial. That's what I want to hear, baby.
Boom. Way to go.
You got to find what works for you, right? And if it doesn't work for you and you're a trader that trades with speed types of trades, that's also a thing to think about, right?
Is.
What type of speed are you in your trade and what type of access do you need, right? Some traders, let's just be honest, penny or two is not going to make a difference. Some traders, penny or two could be a big difference.
SAI gonna flirt with the VWAP here in a sec.
Watching the 5-minute forward BFRG now, not even going towards the 1, just keeping it on the 5, having my stop placed. I have it actually placed a little bit higher here than my entry, just because at the end of the day, when you're seeing a spread kind of move 30 cents, you got to be careful with that, right? So at this point, I just want to make sure I get out and get into the green, not in a red on this position. So we'll see what happens. If it can go, it can keep going because it's holding above this 750 area. It keeps wicking below it, but then getting right back above it. You can see it on the 5 here. So I'm going to extend this line here so you can see kind of more of a 5-minute outlook. If it could get back to the 8, yeah, it could pop a little bit more, but it could easily get right back down, right? That's how these stocks work, team. We got to keep up with it, and you got to be nimble on these. For my thing is look at the 1 minute and look how the 9 EMA is actually holding above that. That's not a good outlook there on the 1 minute. So that's why I'm moving back here. I'm like, let me just stay on the 5 so I don't get freaked out about what's going on right now on the 1.
Market seems to have found a bottom here, at least temporarily. We'll see if it can end up staying here. It's trying to curl, but man, a couple of big moves down here. Let's see if we can actually get back up here on the market. Let me take a look at where we're at on the daily.
Yeah, I think I want to look at the banks.
410.5 is where I think we settle on the downside. We'll see if there's another leg down here or not.
FAS right back down, team. I kind of like this outlook here. I'm going to take a little bit of a shot here. I'm feeling it. Gas pedal on, baby. I'm in FAS here. Going to risk off the bottom here towards the 6150s. So I'm going to risk off 6150s here. And I went in with a little bit of smaller size so I could jump in immediately. So I got in there at FAS here. Entry 6175 here. Risking off the 6150s here. Let's see if the banks just continue to go higher here. Like JPM, go through that high 139. Goldman Sachs catch the bid here. Let's see Wells Fargo catch the bid here. Bank of America, see if that gets right back up here. And that will get my FAS right back up towards those levels through the 62. So holding off the 6150s here. Let's find out. Woo! Keeping an eye on that BFRG. It's at 755, still holding on the 5-minute and 15-minute outlook around the 750s. Could add to the position here and then still hold off the 6150s, but I went with a smaller position to risk a little bit further down. So just watching it here on this pullback. And let's put the 3 box so we can see the Qs. You see the Qs rejected the move back above that 318. That's what I'm looking for it to recover there. Kind of also show me that tech is not, it doesn't have to be really strong today, but I don't want to see it break down.
MRAI might move through VWAP here on MRAI. We'll see.
Battling today, team, battling. It's 10:33, team. FAS pulling back here. Might stop me out if it comes through that 50s. There's 50s showing up. We'll see if it kind of holds here. Just wicks. This is another outlook too, right? So like, let's say if I get out of this trade and JPM rejects this move to the upside, that'd be something to kind of watch for too. You can see that nice little easy pattern there, right? And what's that pattern? Who's going to get this one right today? Pattern.
BFRG curling back up here, Mitch. Trying to anyway.
You know, we actually play a game on our book club that I think some of you guys would love. It's actually called Name That Pattern. So you check it out. I'll show you guys that we have like a little thing we hit. We're like, yeah, guys, name that pattern, baby. And of course, we hit the Price is Right with it. Welcome to Name That Pattern. You guys got a little sneak preview of the book club right there. Check it out, team. I'm telling you, the book club is where it's at.
Popping.
It's popping. It like, especially for people that like to learn. You should see the people in there. I love it. They're so about just like.
You know what, Mitch? I've said every week I've wanted to join the book club, but I'm always doing something else on a Sunday, my man.
All right, now I'm getting that pullback. Just got out there at FAS. Too much there. It went to the 45s. I didn't want to kind of hang in there. Got out there. The 50s was really the cut down, right? And then it could just be a wick through, kind of scare me out. I've been kind of riding the momentum, riding it, making money, pressing that gas pedal. At this point, I got to take a stop, like just a moment to relax, right? And now I want to see what happens with the Qs. This is the real outlook that's important. We're getting a lot of indecision here in the market. Let's see what happens in the next like 20 minutes. That could tell me what happens. And of course, another signal could be JPM going through this 139. That's a good signal to see if the banks can stay strong today. BFRG still battling.
BFRG looks like it might be turning around here a little bit. Market also going to the up, just popped. That was just a fake out candle. Market looks like it might be going lower here. Remember, 410 is where I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's on the battle. There's the cut through there on the pullback there for BFRG back towards kind of the VWAP. Towards the 720s now on the 5-minute. Definitely just cut down there. So we'll look to see if it recovers. The good thing is I'm below 7. So the VWAP right now is 714. I can actually try to let it go to the VWAP right now. And then if I want to get out, I'm still in the green there. So just watching it right now, but definitely on a quick pullback here.
Yeah, by the way, I'm seeing more reports now of other people having issues with Thinkorswim on Twitter. Well, I picked a good day to dial back the trading. Oh my God, I'm sometimes better to be lucky than good. And because I was so busy with work stuff this morning, I was like, you know what, Ryan, you're not in the zone. Don't force it. And sure enough, now we're having hanging orders, unable to cancel orders, unable to get executions, all types of issues. This was the day to be pretty busy. I am thankful instead of mad. Born a Male saying Money Mitch is going to be the excitement officer on the cruise. You know, I can see Mitch wearing a faux police hat with some aviators, a big stogie hanging out of his mouth, and like a sash that says excitement officer.
Let's go. Let's get it going.
The cruise.
Let's get it going. Give me a horn. That's all I need.
Oh, an air horn. Oh, that's all he needs is an air horn. Boop, 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 boop.
Just sound the alarm.
Oh, man, that is funny.
Sound the alarm.
That is funny. Oh, the excitement officer, Mitch. That's a good title for you. That kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit.
Yeah, I just made a new title at Benzinga. Thank you.
Excitement officer, Mitch. That's so good.
I just kicked my title to the side. It's no longer what it is. I am now the excitement officer here at Benzinga. Thank you for giving me a job. Appreciate it. Oh, and for anybody that wants to join the book club, learn things like continuation patterns, things like that. We're going to be talking about that this weekend. You don't want to miss out on that, team.
SOUN trying to set new highs here with one of the AI names that's still really strong.
All right, BFRG back to VWAP.
I didn't even check on it.
The Q's just playing with you. Just playing with you. Look at this. Just playing with you. Indecision. Will it pull back around? Let's see. It's pretty much gone back towards the opening levels. So you know how I always talk about this, and you know who taught me this really? Give him a shout out, right? Got to give my man Joel Alconin a shout out when I take lessons, right? And I think it's very important when you take those lessons, give shout out to those mentors that have helped you learn things like this. So I look at a lot of the times like pullbacks coming right back to the open. And he talks about this often. And look at that opening price, how it comes right back to the open. Open is 317.58. We come right back into that area, and that's where we're finding support. He talks about it all the time. Watch for those moves back to the open. There you're seeing it.
BFRG trying to bounce off the VWAP here. CXAI under the VWAP, and really that needs to regain the VWAP to have any type of strength. Not looking good there for CXAI. That might be over.
All right. If the Qs do come back later in the day, I might take a swing like on Tesla. I'm still looking at Tesla. It's looking good right now. It just got above VWAP, now looking to pull back. I feel good about Tesla because they report next week. And I think that, I don't know, I feel like it could run into that report, maybe even getting close towards like 195, 200 before the report. And if I was in from like 180s, I could hold on the report if I got to 200. But that's the hard part, really. Would I want to hold through the report? That's going to still be a decision to be made. But do I like the pattern? Yes, I still like it. I was able to make some profit earlier on a little bit of a day trade. Going to look at it to see if the Qs reverse today, then to see if I can get into Tesla. Really, the Qs need to reverse first, though, because if we just keep going lower, there's no point for me jumping after this. And BFRG bounced off of that VWAP. We can very much take that VWAP out. So definitely going to just keep an eye on it on any pullbacks to just take the money and run. Take the money and run. Woo-hoo. This is that type of market, team. That's for sure. There it's back to VWAP. We'll look to see if it does crack down, especially through the 7. I'm out. SpaceX has a launch on Monday, Money Mitch. Yeah, that's my ship, right? I'm going to the moon. Let's go. All right, you guys, we'll be wrapping up soon here. It's about 10:41. I'm going to wrap up at 10:45, about 3 minutes left here. Any outlook you're going to be looking at, Ryan, that you're looking at the market overall? I know that you've kind of been in that bearish tune.
Yep.
Banks coming in with kind of the good earnings today. What do you think about the overall market now as you're seeing more, at least the banks come in with some decent earnings?
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is just a temporary run, and I think you did a good job outlining where this run ends. I still think there's more downside. I still think there's another shoe to drop. I still think there's a problem with commercial real estate on the horizon. So, and probably regular real estate as well. I don't have any confidence in the leadership, both in the Fed or the White House. So it's very, very tough for me to be bullish right now, even with some of these bank earnings. As far as the actual like level that I'm looking for, again, I reiterate 410.5 today. If we actually flip over to the chart here, 410.5 today, I think is probably where we stop. That's not to say maybe we will trade up again on Monday. Maybe we do actually hit that 420 before actually reversing and going back and testing lows. I'll be honest, Mitch, I'll make a call right now. I wouldn't be shocked if we retest this 348 low on the SPY at some point in 2023.
Welcome, my friend Sam. You'll enjoy the book club. You'll be getting an email a little bit later today, so stay tuned for that email. That'll be coming out, and they'll let you the links. And just to kind of state, this is the only thing that we do that really has some exclusivity. Our YouTube is, fully public, free, and the book club doesn't cost you a single dime, but you got to be a part of the book club to join, right? And I send out those videos, the links via email. Of course, we do have a doc that you can get all the old videos also, so you can keep up and kind of read the prior books that we already gone through. We went with Trading in the Zone. That was our first book. We're in our second book, and we're almost done with the second book already. So I'm super excited to just keep going through books. I don't know exactly how many we're going to get through the year. It looks like we're going to probably get through about 8 or 9 books, but I'm super excited about that because that's what it was all about, kind of building forward, trying to take that next step forward in our trading and our financial journey, because some of these are going to be retirement books also, kind of how we can kind of be looking at how we could be millionaires by the time we're retired, right? I think we all would love that. So let's see what happens today on Bullfrog. I'll definitely keep battling with that. I'm not going to sell it early for no reason, right? I've already taken enough profit on this name. All I can do is just let it work. And I think that that's one thing that I've learned by my swing trading that has really helped me. Before, when I used to trade these names, man, I used to literally sweat. And I'm not even going to lie, like I used to be get clammy hands, right? Or something like that. And I think that as you grow and experience, these trades get a little bit better and easier for you, but they're not easy. Let's just be purely open to that, right? Like when you're trading these smaller names, I know you guys see Crow out there kill it consistently. And I got to give a shout out to Crow. He is pretty consistent, but it ain't easy. Let me just say, these are the names that blew up a lot of accounts for me. Let's just say that much. And then I quickly went away from these names and was able to start finding more risk management and things that help me get to success, right? I think, like always, you guys take everything I say with some grain of salt, but I hope that you guys learn from our processed approach today, because that's what we're all about here on Live Trading with Benzinga. That's what Ryan definitely fights for every single day. He has the happy hour with Benzinga Pro members, and those are really, truly your investors out there, your day traders, your swing traders that are working very hard. So if you guys are pro members and you guys want to join also a community, I'd give a shout out to the Power Hour, the Happy Hour team. Of course, Ryan does that Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday?
Monday through Thursday.
Monday, Tuesday, Friday Wednesday, off, Thursday. Baby.
We got two physicists in there now too, so things are fun. we got a very diverse group of experts in there. It's great talking the market. It's my favorite hour of the day.
Yeah, and right now we're looking at Japanese candlestick charting techniques. Of course, you guys check this out. Of course, candlesticks, the ones you see on the screen right now, we didn't make them. It was not us that created candlesticks. You guys check them out. Learn a little bit about the history, learn about some of the patterns, check out Japanese candlestick charting techniques. And I got the hardcover just because I've had the PDF for a while. And I definitely wanted to have it kind of as a reference. So if you guys ever see a pattern you guys want to talk about, holler at me. I'll definitely bring it up.
All right, Mitch, you have yourself a good weekend. Happy birthday to your wife. Enjoy your dinner today. We'll be back at this on Monday.
We'll see you next week, team. Like always, stay at it. Benzinga, of course, will be here battling with you guys right here on live trading. I will not have swing trading later today. I'm going to take that off. You know, I'll probably be having some good time with the wife, but I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of the action right here on Benzinga. Smash the thumbs up. Hope you guys enjoyed today's action. Like I said, get those likes up before we get out of here. We see about 168 right now. I should see at least 300, but hey, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. And the Crows talking about blowing up accounts too. It happens, team. We all learn from it. That's what it's all about. Hit the thumbs up. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time right here on Live Trading with Benzinga. Smash it up, team. Little dance. Let's go.